Big thanks to LitRPG Reads, and got to give a shout out to Paul Bello.
Oh, yeah?
That fine fella sent this article our way. And, well, we're going to be diving deep into the D&D Ranger class.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's been sleeping on Rangers, and we're here to fix that.
Exactly. How to build a Ranger that doesn't just survive.
Right.
Thrives.
You know, I used to think that Rangers were just kind of like, bow and arrow in the forest types, but I had a game recently that totally changed my mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were exploring some ancient ruins, and our Ranger, a halfling named Pip, she managed to decipher these cryptic warnings that were like carved into the walls, but then also she was able to use her knowledge of plants to like brew up an antidote.
Wow.
When like half the party got poisoned.
Oh no.
By some weird fungal spores. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She totally saved the day.
I love it. So the article really digs into that versatility.
Yeah.
And how Rangers are way more than just ranged combatants.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much more to them. This blend of combat skills and nature, magic, and exploration just makes them so adaptable.
5th edition D&D really like blew the doors wide open for Rangers.
Totally.
Remember that old stereotype?
Oh, yeah.
About them being like tied to a specific terrain?
Right.
Totally gone.
Yeah.
Now they can excel in like mountains or coasts or swamps, you name it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Their expertise isn't limited to one environment.
Right.
It just opens up so many possibilities for both players and dungeon masters.
So how do we create a character that really stands out?
Right.
Let's break free from those cliche Ranger tropes.
Yeah, the article suggests focusing on like backstory and personality first.
Okay.
One example they give is a noble turned scout.
Okay.
So they use their wilderness skills not just for survival,
Right.
but to navigate the world of like courtly intrigue.
Interesting.
Instead of deciphering animal tracks, they're deciphering the whispers and hidden agendas of nobles.
I like it.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
The article also suggests like a desert wanderer seeking lost artifacts in this vast and unforgiving landscape.
Okay.
Or a beastmaster guardian fiercely protecting endangered creatures from poachers and other threats.
Those are great. And those concepts really go beyond just the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
And think about what drives the character.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But we can't forget about mechanics completely.
True.
Race and subclass choices really make a big impact.
Yeah.
The article mentioned how a wood elf gloom stalker,
Oh, yeah.
with their natural stealth and affinity for darkness,
They're so cool.
could become like a terrifying force in like shadowy underground environments.
Oh, for sure.
Or picture a mountain dwarf hunter, tough as nails, master of traps,
Uh-huh.
perfectly at home in high altitude terrains.
Yeah, I love it.
So many options.
And speaking of subclasses,
Yeah.
there's 6 to choose from in 5th edition,
Okay.
each with a really distinct flavor.
I like it.
So you've got your classic hunter specializing in taking down specific prey with unmatched precision.
Nice.
Then there's the Beastmaster forming an unbreakable bond with an animal companion fighting as one.
A classic.
Don't forget the Gloomstalker, a master of stealth and shadow magic, perfect for those who prefer to lurk in the darkness.
And then we have some more unusual subclasses.
We do.
The Horizon Walker strides between planes of existence, battling extraplanar threats and wielding otherworldly powers.
I love Horizon Walkers.
The Fey Wanderer walks the line between the mundane and the magical, drawing power from the Feywild and enchanting their allies with strange and wondrous abilities.
Right.
Finally, there's the Swarm Keeper,
Yes.
commanding a swarm of insects to harass their enemies and protect their allies.
So many options.
So many options.
It's amazing.
But no matter what subclass you choose, certain core skills are essential for any ranger who wants to excel,
Absolutely.
especially in exploration.
Yeah, stealth, perception, and survival. Those are like the bread and butter of the ranger.
For sure.
Allowing them to become like the eyes and ears of the party.
Right.
Anticipating danger and guiding their companions safely through treacherous landscapes.
It's where things get really interesting.
Hmm.
Imagine your ranger meticulously examining the remnants of a campfire.
Okay.
Not just rolling a dice for survival check, but actually describing the scene.
I like it.
Are the ashes cold or still warm?
Yeah.
What type of wood was used?
Uh-huh.
Are there any footprints or other signs of who might have been there?
Right.
The article emphasizes turning tracking into an interactive storytelling experience, where every clue is a piece of the narrative puzzle.
Absolutely. And don't just say, I roll perception. Bring those senses to life. Describe the faint scent of wood smoke lingering in the air, the rustle of leaves disturbed by a passing creature, or the distant cry of a hawk circling overhead.
Those are great.
By working with your DM, you can turn tracking into a truly immersive experience that engages all your senses.
And once you've tracked your quarry, it's time for combat.
Oh, yeah.
Most people think of rangers as primarily ranged fighters, and they do excel with a bow and arrow. But the article reminds us that they're incredibly versatile in combat, seamlessly transitioning between ranged and melee styles, depending on the situation.
It's like watching a martial arts master adapt their technique based on their opponent's moves.
I like it.
One moment, the ranger is peppering enemies with arrows from afar, using the terrain for cover and exploiting their superior mobility. The next, they've drawn twin blades and are a whirlwind of steel, weaving through enemy lines, striking vital points with surgical precision.
And don't forget about their spells.
Oh, right.
While they may not have the vast arcane repertoire of a wizard, their spells are carefully chosen to complement their combat style and enhance their survivability.
For sure.
Spells like Hunter's Mark, which allows them to magically tag a target and deal extra damage, and Ensnaring Strike, which conjures vines to entangle and restrain their foes, can completely change the tide of battle in an instant.
The key takeaway here is that the ranger is not a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
They're adaptable, resourceful, and capable of excelling in a variety of combat scenarios. They're not just about damage. They're about control disruption and strategic thinking.
And that's why they're such a valuable asset to any party.
Absolutely.
They enhance the effectiveness of their companions through their diverse skill set. Imagine combining their tracking abilities with a druid's knowledge of nature, allowing them to follow the trail of a rare creature through dense wilderness.
Yeah.
Or picture their stealth expertise working in perfect synergy with a rogue's knack for infiltration, enabling them to slip past enemy guards unnoticed. The possibilities for synergy are practically endless.
They really are.
Yeah.
It's amazing how well they can work with other classes.
I love it.
Yeah, it's one of the things that makes them so great. It's like they can read the language of the wilderness.
Yeah.
You know, noticing the subtle signs of animal activity, or predicting changes in the weather.
Right.
Or sensing the presence of hidden dangers.
Yeah, like a sixth sense almost.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
And the article emphasizes how dungeon masters can use this to their advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Creating challenges and scenarios that really play to the ranger's strengths.
Okay, I like it.
Instead of just saying, you're in a forced role for survival.
Right.
Imagine the DM describing the intricate tapestry of the forest, the interplay of light and shadow, the sounds of birdsong and rustling leaves.
That's so much better.
Yeah, and the ranger with their keen senses and knowledge of the terrain can really shine in these moments.
Totally, yeah.
It's about creating moments where the ranger's expertise feels really valuable and impactful.
For sure.
Imagine a ranger with a favored terrain of mountains,
right,
navigating the party through a treacherous pass. They might notice the subtle signs of an impending rock slide.
Oh, no.
Or identify the tracks of a dangerous predator stalking the party.
Yikes.
Or even uncover a hidden path known only to the local tribes.
That would be awesome.
Right.
And these challenges shouldn't just be about overcoming obstacles.
No.
They should also be opportunities for, like, discovery and role-playing.
Exactly.
Maybe the ranger stumbles upon a hidden cave filled with ancient runes.
Ooh.
Or encounters a reclusive hermit who's been living in solitude for decades, guarding a long-forgotten secret.
I love those kinds of encounters.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The article encourages DMs to use these encounters to flesh out the campaign world, revealing its history and its secrets and its hidden wonders.
Right, and who better to lead the party on these discoveries than the ranger, the ultimate explorer of the unknown.
Exactly. They're the perfect fit.
Yeah.
It's those moments of shared storytelling and camaraderie that truly bring a D&D campaign to life.
I totally agree.
And the ranger, with their deep connection to nature and their love of exploration, can be the catalyst for these moments.
For sure.
Enriching the game for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
And speaking of enriching the game, let's not forget about the ranger's role in combat.
Hey, combat's important.
The article stresses their flexibility. Their ability to seamlessly transition between ranged and melee styles.
Right.
Adapting to any situation with a combination of skill, instinct, and tactical awareness.
It's like watching a predator stalk its prey.
Oh, yeah.
Calculating its every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Exactly one moment, the Rangers perched high above the battlefield, raining arrows down on their enemies with pinpoint accuracy, taking advantage of their superior range and mobility. And the next, they've closed the distance, drawing twin blades or a trusty longsword, becoming a whirlwind of steel and fury, weaving through enemy ranks, striking vital points with surgical precision.
So cool.
Their fighting style is a blend of grace and power, a testament to their years of training and their deep understanding of the flow of combat.
And their spells.
Oh, right, their spells.
While they may not be full-fledged spellcasters like wizards or sorcerers, their spell list is carefully curated to enhance their combat prowess and survivability.
For sure, spells like Hunter's Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Which allows them to magically tag a target and deal extra damage. Can turn the tide of battle in an instant.
And then there's Ensnaring Strike. Conjuring magical vines that entangle and restrain their foes, giving the ranger and their allies a crucial advantage in close combat.
It's about more than just dealing damage. It's about controlling the battlefield, disrupting enemy formations, and creating opportunities for their companions to shine.
They really make everyone around them better.
Exactly. Their combat style is a reflection of their connection to nature.
I like it.
A harmonious blend of instinct, precision, and raw power.
That's awesome.
They're not just fighting, they're dancing with death, using their knowledge of the wild to anticipate their opponent's moves and turn the environment itself into a weapon.
So cool.
And this tactical awareness extends beyond combat as well.
Oh, really?
The article highlights how rangers can use their skills to enhance the party's effectiveness in exploration and even social encounters. Imagine using their tracking skills to follow the trail of a missing person through a crowded city. Their senses attuned to the subtlest of clues amidst the urban chaos.
That's a really neat concept.
Or picture them applying their knowledge of poisons and antidotes to navigate a courtly intrigue, recognizing the telltale signs of treachery and deception in the subtle gestures and veiled words of nobles.
I like that.
Their wilderness expertise isn't limited to just forests and mountains. It translates to an awareness of patterns, a keen eye for detail, and an ability to read people as easily as they read the language of the wild.
That's a really cool way to think about it.
And their stealth expertise, honed through years of stalking prey through dense undergrowth, could prove invaluable when infiltrating a heavily guarded fortress, slipping past enemy patrols with the grace of a shadow.
That's awesome.
It's about being resourceful, adaptable, and always thinking one step ahead.
For sure.
Their presence in a party elevates everyone's game, providing a unique blend of skills and perspectives that can turn a seemingly impossible challenge into a thrilling victory.
It's one of the most persistent misconceptions about rangers.
What's that?
That they're only effective in wilderness settings.
Oh, yeah.
But this article does a fantastic job of debunking that myth.
Totally.
Showcasing how their skills can be just as valuable in urban environments, dungeons, or even political intrigue.
Absolutely. It's all about thinking outside the box, adapting their wilderness expertise to new and unexpected situations.
Yeah, like imagine a ranger navigating the labyrinthine streets of a bustling city. Using their tracking skills to follow a suspect through a maze of alleyways and crowded marketplaces, their senses attuned to the subtlest of clues amidst the urban clamor.
I can see it.
Or picture them venturing into a dark and dangerous dungeon. Their knowledge of natural formations and subterranean creatures giving them an edge in navigating the treacherous tunnels and anticipating the lurking dangers.
They would be so valuable in that situation.
Their ability to read the environment, to anticipate threats, and to adapt to changing circumstances makes them invaluable assets in any setting.
For sure.
It's like they bring a touch of the wild to any environment. A reminder that nature's laws and principles apply even in the most artificial of settings.
I like that.
They're not just wilderness experts. They're survivors, adaptable and resourceful, always ready to face whatever challenges come their way.
The article really drives home the point that rangers are more than just a collection of stats and abilities. They're characters with a depth, with a rich connection to the natural world, and a drive to explore, protect, and understand its mysteries.
Awesome.
They bring a unique blend of skills and perspectives to any D&D campaign, enriching the experience for both players and dungeon masters alike.
Totally agree. It's in those higher levels of play where the ranger really comes into their own. You know, the article talks about how they evolve into almost mythical figures, their connection to the wilderness bordering on the supernatural. They become masters of their craft, predicting dangers, using the terrain to their advantage, and even wielding the forces of nature itself.
Like they become living extensions of the wild.
Yeah.
Guided by instinct, intuition, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things.
The article highlights some of the high-level abilities that showcase this mastery. One that really stood out to me was Foe Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
It lets Rangers deliver a devastating final blow to their favorite enemies, channeling their knowledge and experience into a single decisive strike.
Imagine a ranger who's spent years tracking a monstrous beast that's been terrorizing their homeland.
Oh, wow.
They finally confront it in a climactic showdown, years of preparation culminating in that one perfect strike. Foe Slayer represents that culmination of knowledge, skill, and unwavering focus.
That's awesome.
It's so cool.
And then there's Vanish, allowing Rangers to become completely invisible, blending seamlessly into their surroundings.
Whoa, yeah.
It's not just basic stealth, it's about becoming one with the shadows, a whisper in the wind, a ghost in the forest.
I can picture a high-level ranger seemingly outmatched by a group of powerful foes, suddenly disappearing into thin air. The enemies panic, unsure where the next attack will come from. And then in a blink, the ranger reappears, flanking their opponents, delivering a series of crippling blows before they even realize what's happening.
It's like they become masters of guerrilla warfare,
Totally.
using their knowledge of the environment and their supernatural abilities to turn the tables on even the most formidable foes.
But these high-level abilities aren't just about combat.
Okay, what else?
They also demonstrate the ranger's deepening connection to the natural world.
Okay.
The superior foraging and crafting abilities, for example, allow them to gather rare and valuable resources and create incredible items infused with the power of the wild.
So they become like artisans of the wilderness.
Exactly.
Crafting weapons, armor, and tools that are not just functional, but also works of art imbued with the spirit of the land itself.
And their senses become so heightened that they can detect even the faintest traces of magic or danger with unerring detection.
Wow.
They see through illusions, pierce magical disguises, and sense threats long before they materialize.
They practically become living lie detectors.
Right.
Sensing deception and malice with incredible accuracy. I wouldn't want to try to pull a fast one on a high-level ranger.
Yep. And in the heat of battle, their movements become so fluid and precise that they can deflect attacks with effortless grace.
That's awesome.
Their defensive flourishes turn an opponent's strength against them, using their momentum to create openings for counterattacks.
So cool. They're not just warriors, they're dancers of war.
Exactly.
Their movements, a blur of motion as they weave through enemy attacks, turning defense into offense with a flick of the wrist.
The ranger's journey is one of constant evolution, pushing their limits and embracing the challenges of the wild. At the highest levels, they become truly awe-inspiring figures, embodying the power, wisdom, and resilience of nature itself.
It's been an incredible journey exploring the depths of the D&D Ranger with you today. There's so much more than just a guy with a bow in the woods.
Yeah, absolutely. They're versatile, adaptable, and capable of so much more than people give them credit for. They can be stealthy spies, wilderness guides, skilled combatants, masters of nature magic, and even legendary heroes who shape the fate of entire campaigns.
And a huge thanks again to that fine fellow, Paul Bello, for suggesting this topic.
Yeah.
We've only scratched the surface of what makes this class so fascinating.
For anyone looking for a D&D class that offers a unique blend of combat prowess, wilderness expertise, and a profound connection to the natural world, look no further than the Ranger. They're the guardians of the wild masters of survival and champions of adventure.
What type of terrain do you think would make for the most interesting Ranger campaign? A sprawling forest, a desolate desert, a treacherous mountain range, or perhaps something even more exotic? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, keep exploring, keep adventuring, and keep those dice rolling.